Hi, we're going to do a how-to video and show you how to do some basic repairs on a wing. Right now you can see that we've got a leading edge damaged area here, and it's the leading edge material itself, the sheeting on the top and the bottom, and once we open it up we'll actually see if there's any internal damage that we'll also have to repair. So here you can see it a little bit more clearly that we've removed the covering material, and you can see that we're going to have to now start taking away the sheeting from the top and the bottom of the wing so we can expose any other damage that might be inside the wing. What I like to use is I use a long sanding bar as a straight edge to make all of my sheeting cuts. The sandpaper on the bottom holds it from shifting, and it has a nice straight edge to make your cuts. And then we'll do that now. Just take a couple of thin cuts, and don't try and cut all the way through with one big one. Just make a couple of thin cuts like that. Well, the next step is to do our sheeting cross cuts, and once we do this final cut, we'll be able to lift the sheeting up out of the area of the damage, and we'll be able to see what we have underneath. We'll do that now. And again, just do a few light cuts, and don't try and make the cuts all at one time. And it's very important that you use a sharp number 11 X-Acto blade when you make your cuts. A dull blade is just going to make the job harder. And so we'll start removing it now. As you see, it's going to come apart. And you can see that this cut right here is just above one of the ribs. So this rib is okay. But as we remove everything else, you can see that we've lost one rib here completely. So this is going to be one of our major repair spots. And we'll show you how to do that in a minute. It's really not as bad as it looks. And it's really never bad as it looks. Because repairing an airplane, repairing a wing, is a whole lot cheaper and I think more fun than just buying a replacement part. Here's a little close-up, show you a little bit more of what's going on in there. That rib there is basically gone because it should have looked like this. And again over here, same thing. This rib on this side is undamaged, but you can see the crack right there on the leading edge. So we'll be repairing the leading edge and replacing the sheeting and replacing the nose of this center rib. Now, as much as we'd like to, we're going to have to use more than just the number 11 X-Acto blade and a hobby knife to do the repairs to our airplane. So you can see here right now that I've taken the top and the bottom sheeting out. We've taken away the damaged leading edge material, but what we need to do is we need to have some clean cuts. And in the far corner over here, you can see that we still have some jagged leading edge material, and we use a razor saw to do cross cuts, and we'll do that right now. Go in here and slowly back and forth cut right through that leading edge material. And you can see it leaves a really nice, straight, flush cut. And the secret to that is that it has fine teeth, and really the teeth themselves actually face backwards, so it cuts on the back stroke, not on the front stroke. when you have a regular saw and you do front strokes, that puts pressure on the blade. And when you put cuts on the back stroke, it keeps the blade nice and straight and gives you a straight cut. So that's very important. Now that we're going to start replacing parts, instead of taking broken parts out, we have to bridge our repair area. And as you can see, I've got a 1/2 inch thick strip of balsa wood that'll be used for the leading edge. And you can actually see where I've used the pen to mark the little notches that what we're going to do is give purchase for the glue. You don't want to just glue replacement repairs in the space required, because that would give you just very concentrated stress areas. What you want to do is you want to notch it and step it out so you have more glue area and not all your repair seams are in a straight line. So in a minute we'll come back and I'll show you the repair area with these 2 notch areas removed. So here you can see our first notch, and it goes from the undamaged rib here. It'll go across about 3/4 of an inch to an inch or so, and then cut straight through the remaining undamaged leading edge material. Here it is right here. And we have the same basically over here. And this will allow us to bridge this whole open area with one nice solid leading edge that'll be the support that we need for replacing everything else. Well, here we have the 2 notches that we spoke about, and we have our replacement leading edge material, and we're going to put it in, and I'll show you how nice and firm and easy it fits in. And up to this point, we're not going to have any glue holding anything in place. The leading edge itself is going to be flush with the top of the leading edge sheeting. So I will do that now. We took and we sanded these edges so they were smooth, but more importantly, so they would fit up and have a minimal gap in the repair area. So as you can see, it fits really, really nice. And when we start gluing things back together, we're going to use a plane and sandpaper and a sanding block, and we'll be able to shape that to smooth out that area and give the leading edge sheeting something to glue to. Well, we now have to deal with the missing rib, and it was pretty much pulverized, so we can't really glue all the pieces back together to make a pattern for a new one. So we'll do the next best thing, and that is to use the rib that's right next to our damaged rib and use it as a pattern to draw our replacement part. And we can do that now. So we got ourselves a little piece big enough. Got my magic marker. And we're going to place it right up against the rib. Kind of keep that back trailing edge as vertical as possible. And then just draw it here. And underneath as well. So, as you can see, that gives us a pretty good rendition of our missing rib. And so, I'll cut that out and we'll start piecing things back together. So now we finished doing our little patchwork here, making the leading edge of the rib. And what we did is we put it here and we traced around it, but then that makes it the outside of the wing itself. So we have to compensate by cutting a little bit more on the top and bottom to make up for the leading edge sheeting on the top and bottom. So we've also sanded the leading edge here so it's nice and smooth and it'll fit on there. And right now we'll see how it fits. Put it in, it's supposed to fit between the top and bottom sheeting. Yeah. Fits really well. So everything is going together and we still haven't used our glue yet. We'll be doing that shortly.